Hello fellow Cilmacians, ICCS Sunlord here, back for another video of the dimensions of Cilmac. And in this video, we're going to be showing off 8 new weather dimension cards. As I stated in the last vlog that I did, showed you a little preview. I'm done the next day. Imagine that. I'm going to be uploading this, I think, tonight. But that's not important. Well, it is, but I just wanted to quickly show you. I got this laminated. Our little sheet here, as you can see. So now, our title page will last forever. I'm just going to put that off to the side. Alright, so we have 8 new cards for set 2. We have the first 8 cards here from the terrain dimension, but I'm going to waste no time at all, and we're going to get right in to the next 8 cards, the next 8 weather dimension cards. To think that there were, in the past, when I would just upload a video of random cards, I have no idea, but alright, let's get into this. So, the first one is the one that I previewed you all. Hand of Frost, level 1, 1 damage, 1 health, Frost. When Hand of Frost enters the field, your opponent may not draw a card on their next turn. So yeah, in case you missed the vlog, for the weather dimension, I wanted to focus on not just doing like this AoE damaging spell aspect, but I wanted to do more with like card draw and card discard and stuff, like mill effects, because, you know, it's weather, they're destroying the land, or rather it more like controls the land, it shapes the land. So that's my whole idea with the draw mechanics. And discard and not draw and stuff. Anyway, moving on. So next up, we've got Shrapnel Wind. So it's level 1, and for 2 mana, or 2 ether, not mana, sorry. For 2 ether, deal 2 damage to a target monster. So it's just a simple, deal 2 damage to a creature. Nothing special to it. So those were 2 commons. I realize now I didn't put them in the order of commons, uncommons, rares. So I'm just gonna do that quickly, because I put them in the order of the level, but I realized in the past I usually do them in the order of the commons. So you just got a sneak peek at one of the uncommons. Anyway, Living Miasma is next. It's a level 4 monster with 2 damage and 6 health and land mutation. Enemy dimension cards lose their ability. So if Living Miasma is on the field, the enemy land card or dimension card doesn't really work. If Living Miasma dies, it's working again, the ability is still there. But this just makes the enemy dimension card useless as long as this is on the field. It's kind of sticky with the 6 health as well, so. Alright, moving on. Next up we got Lightning Cage. So this is a surprise card. This is the surprise card. So it's level 4 for 4 ether, and it has lockdown. Reveal when your opponent attacks with a monster. It must deal its damage to itself. You play it face down, right, as a secret. Or surprise, sorry, surprise. It's been a while. So I play it face down as a surprise card. So, and then my opponent, say, has a wasp gunner and attacks me with a wasp gunner. I can flip over Lightning Cage, revealing it, and then and now this creature must deal its damage to itself. And because it attacks 2 times per turn, okay, I'm overthinking this. It can attack 2 times per turn. That doesn't mean it does 2 damage in the same attack. So it would deal 1 damage to itself, and no more damage would go through to me. It basically stops the attack and makes it deal its own damage to itself. So this attacks, I flip Lightning Cage, it deals 1 damage to itself, bringing it down to 3 health, and then it goes back to its opponent. The opponent can choose to attack again with it, because of its ability, it can attack 2 times per turn, and Lightning Cage would be used. So that's how that would work. Okay, next up we have Drought. This is the one you just saw a little bit ago. Level 2 for 5 ether, Lack of Harvest. Move the top 3 cards of your opponent's deck to their graveyard. So like I said about the whole mill mechanic, I'm trying to bring in like milling for weather dimension as well. So I think this would be an interesting deck kind of destruction card for any deck really. Moving on, we have the first building card for this set. And building cards are new for the game, and they're new in this set, the second set. There weren't any in the first set, if you haven't seen the first set. But, so this is Pantheon of the Wind. It's a level 3 building. And then this over here means that it can only be placed on top of a weather dimension creature, or monster, or whatever. Some buildings won't need to be placed on monsters. They can just be placed on a slot on the battlefield, but this one needs to be placed on a weather monster. So if a monster in Pantheon of the Wind is attacked, the attacking monster is put onto the top of the deck. So, what would happen? I have Living Miasma on the field. Alright, I play Pantheon of the Wind onto it. So it's like an equipped card, how it'll kind of equip to the slot, and it will give its ability to Living Miasma, or whatever card is on the slot. But if the card dies, the creature dies, the building stays on the slot. Unlike a equipment card, if you would kill the monster would die and the equipment would go along with it to the graveyard. So I play Pantheon of the Wind and equipped it onto the slot the Living Miasma is on, and then say he attacks with Hunting Cat. So Pantheon of the Wind, if my monster is attacked, the attacking monster is put on top of the deck. What would happen is the damage would go through, so the Hunting Cat would deal 4 damage to... You may not attack with 2 damage. You may attack with 2 damage and not receive any damage. Okay, so the Living Cat, or the Hunting Cat rather, would attack for 4 damage, bringing Living Miasma down to 2. Living Miasma would deal 2 damage to Hunting Cat, bringing it down to 1, but then Pantheon of the Wind would send Hunting Cat on top of the library. I realize how broken that is now. I didn't realize how broken that was until I just thought it out. Interesting. Well, it is an uncommon, so I guess it's not super... If it was a common, it would be pretty broken. But, well... I'll have to think more on this. Yes, I'll have to think more on this. So that's Pantheon of the Wind. Next up, we've got Derechos Linestorm. So it's a level 5 with 6 ether. Deal 3 damage to yourself, to your opponent, and 2 monsters in between you. So if you have, for example, 5 battle slots, I don't remember how many there were in the battle. It's been a really long time since I've actually played Cilmac. But basically, you deal 3 damage to yourself, to your opponent, and the 2 monsters in a straight line in between you. So Derechos Linestorm, it lines up, does the 3 damage to everything in its path. And this is an actual weather, like, storm event. I've seen this. It's kind of a sign of a tornado. It's when the clouds all line up. You can see blue sky above it and coming up towards you, but you can see the storm on the horizon, just sitting there in a big line. It's kind of creepy, actually. Anyway, moving on to the final card, the 8th and final card for this weather update. The Legion of Ice and Snow. Yes, Legion is spelled wrong. Don't pay that any attention. That will be fixed later. But the Legion of Ice and Snow, it's a level 6 with 4 damage and 6 health. When this monster deals damage, the defending target cannot attack next turn. So it's like a freeze effect. Whatever creature this deals damage to is frozen and can't attack next turn. So I think that's a pretty interesting mechanic. For it being a rare, I didn't want it to be too powerful, that's why it only has 4 attack, or damage, but, you know, it's a rare, and it's quite high level, being at level 6, so it's not a bad card at all. Alright, so, those are the 8 new Weather Dimension cards. The first 8 Weather Dimension cards for the new set. I'm thinking about adding color to this symbol here. I wasn't entirely sure. If I do, it'll probably just be gray, just like the equipment, or silver of some sort. But I'll have to give that some more thought as well. So on to the final thing I wanted to just quickly discuss. One of my friends, he's actually shown himself in a couple of live streams that I've done in the past that are up on the channel. They're Civilization Beyond Earth. That friend, Angel of the Void, is going to be giving me some help with the names of the cards, making them sound more better. Less simple, like turtle shell, hunting cat, wasp gunner, everything that I name is usually fairly straightforward, and I guess that's a good element, but I want to have some names that, you know, are interesting and memorable. So he did a couple of the names here. It was a while ago, but we have more in store for the next update. As for the next update, what dimension was I looking for? I was either going to go Ominous or Inferno. Let me know whether you want to see the Ominous or the Inferno dimension next. This will allow you to have some input on what you see in the next Cilmac update. So Ominous or Inferno dimension. Those are the choices as of right now. But anyway, thank you all very much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, please leave a like down below and leave a comment on what you thought was your favorite card out of these 8 new Weather Dimension cards. I think they're all on screen. There we go. Let me know what you thought about those cards. Which one was your favorite? And yeah, I think that's everything for today. So again, thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Sunlord is up.